No, I don't worry. I tell you, I'm a man who believed that I died 20 years ago, and I live like a man who is dead already. I have no fear whatsoever of anybody or anything.
You've said, Minister Malcolm, you have to expect the Negroes to rise up sooner or later.
Oh, yes.
What does that mean?
Well, just the same thing that it meant in South Vietnam and these other places where you find oppressed people. Sooner or later, they rise up against the oppressor. When the Jews were being brutalized in Poland, there came a time when they couldn't take it anymore, and they fought back. They didn't have too much to fight with, but they fought back. And I think every oppressed people, no matter how meek and humble they are, after you drive them so far, they're going to strike back.
Yeah, neighborhood Nip Hustle. Giving a shout out right now to SPR in the streets, Spotter Loc, y'all already know what it is. Schwarzenegger. It's neighborhood Nip Hustle. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Loc. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
All that and then some to the income. Hit the YouTube streets, find a corner, and Ben one. Nelly Fuller Jr. I love his content. I have no idea if y'all enjoying it like me because I pre-record these ahead of time. So I might knock out 3 or 4 of them in one day, and I might not release them till days down the line. So I hope you guys are enjoying these like me. But with no further ado, no contact, no conflict. It is his theory is that we communicate far too much because useless conversation is harmful conversation. So if it's not positive or productive, it is actually harmless. And without studying this theory or studying him, I in my life have come to the same conclusion. I hate communicating just for no reason. Oh, my mama. I hate this question. Can I ask you a question? Why would you ask me a question before you get permission? If you need permission to ask me a question, just ask me a question. But yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm an overthinker. But welcome to the Black Box, where it's all about thinkers' thoughts. We think and talk about thinkers' thoughts, not the dull brains. Oh, my mama. But with no further ado, let's see what Nelly Fuller Jr. has been up to.
Well, any effort that will help black people to think about what they are doing and why they are doing it, and that's black people, not just the youngsters and all like that, but that's black people in general throughout the entire world. We don't have an agenda. We don't have a reason for existing that makes sense. We don't have a culture that makes sense. Because if you just look at the essence of black culture, you can't even enumerate what it is, except a reaction to the culture of white supremacy. If the white supremacists are not holding us by the ear and say, okay, come here, fella, come here, okay, come with me, do this, do that, okay, when you finish doing this, I got another project for you. Now, we make sense when they are orchestrating what we are doing. You know, come over here and operate this machine. Okay, enough of that. Come down here and drive this vehicle. Okay, all right, enough of that. Come over here and build this bridge. Okay, enough of that. All right, now I'm going to allow you a little free time.
We have no society to delegate these type of things to anyone else to in. We only exist in a society where these things need to be done, have to be done. We are not in control of delegating, getting them done. So the duties get delegated to us. That is simple math. Never really think about it like that.
Once we get that free time, because, you know, the slave mentality is, hey, I'm not supposed to have free time. Somebody's supposed to be telling me what to do. So when I don't know, somebody's not telling me what to do every minute of my entire existence, I got no idea about what to do. I don't even know what I'm existing for. So then we fall into what we call the black culture stereotype, which is violence against other black people. And when I say violence, I mean verbal violence. Listen to black people walking down the street on their cell phone.
listen to our music. Even the R&B then got aggressive with all type of vulgarity in it.
If you don't believe it, if you think I'm making it up, listen to black people walking down the street on their cell phone. MF this and MF that. And I told that MF, and you know, and I told, and then that's both males and females.
I was at Fishbone the other day, and I seen a black lady. She had about 3, 4 small kids, and they was walking. Looked like they was about to get on a bus. She had like quite a few bags in her hands, and she looked kind of frustrated. And one of the little boys wasn't quite listening. And the way she cussed him out, dude couldn't have been no older than 5, between 5 and 6. And even though it's so normal in our communities, at that moment it just stood out and shocked me like, damn, get your motherfucking ass before I beat your, I done told your stupid ass. Shit. I say, whoa.
Email saying, Keisha came over to my house and she come up with all that S and started talking about this and whatnot, and you know, and she came over there telling me about Vanessa.
But he ain't think to say the whole conversation started off with, bitch. You ain't finna believe this, bitch. Bitch. Guess what a bitch was doing? A bitch like me was. And then I saw a bitch. This bitch I told that bitch. And then the bitch was gonna just leave. But then the bitch thought about it. I can't just leave because this bitch just told the bitch, yeah.
And Vanessa is my sister. And I don't allow nobody to say nothing about my sister. This is, you know, from the back of the bus, cell phone talk. All hostile. All hostile. Nothing pleasant. Not one word of civility out of all of it, wherever you find black people. Nothing being said that makes any sense at all. Nothing that is constructive in any way. And so we have to have a constructive culture. So the first step toward remedying that, black people shouldn't come in contact with each other at all under any circumstance unless they have a constructive agenda.
I mean, all them parties, cut them out. So often they end in chaos and death and tragedy anyway.
That's the key.
Bitch nigga, walk with a switch nigga, nigga.
Yes, it's to be expected. This is to be expected. But we should understand, first of all, that we're programmed this way. Black people are toxic. All of us are toxic. We are loaded with poison because
I don't quite like the way he says all of us. Again, I don't utilize absolutes to that degree because there has to be exceptions to the rule. So that's a very large blanket.
the system of white supremacy puts that poison in us even before we are born. And when we're born into the system of white supremacy. We're not born into a system of la-la land. We're born into the system of white supremacy. The system of white supremacy is designed for everyone, including black people themselves, to have a hostile position, a hostile thought toward anything dark, and particularly dark people. That's just the way the world is run. That's the way the white supremacists have set it up before any of us were born. So we have to, first of all, know that. So we all carry that poison. It's in us. We're not aware of it, in one sense, you might say. I mean, then in another sense, we are aware of it, but we're in denial. But we have to admit, first of all, we have this poison. And then we immediately should jump to, what do we do about it? Well, the first thing you do, you don't want poison to spread. That's just a part of physics, the laws of mathematics. If you got poison on hand, you don't want the poison to spread. How do you keep the poison from spreading? You make sure that every contact that every black person makes with every other black person has a plan beforehand to do something constructive. Do or say something constructive. Don't get on the cell phone and call anyone just to make conversation.
Including, especially me. Don't call me with that simple bush. I don't call you with it. Please do me the same respect.
That's an old part of the what you might call black culture or people culture, for that matter.
If you have those sentiments, we live in a day and age where text to let somebody know you on their mind is sufficient. That's good enough. Definitely don't FaceTime me out the blue, man. I'm not answering that shit. Oh, my mama.
Some people it works. With most people, particularly black people in the northwestern hemisphere, it's poisonous. It is deadly. You don't pick up that cell phone and call anyone ever just to chat. Hey girl, I haven't heard from you in a little while. What's going on? No, absolutely. That is poison. Poisonous. In other words, our minds are poison. The things that we are getting ready to say to people is loaded with poison. The way that we look at people, the way that we see the world, loaded with poison. The poison was planted in us. So every time we make contact with anything, we just spread poison because we're loaded with poison. And if we are contacting other black people, they are loaded with poison and dynamite. And you're going to get an explosion unless you tailor and suppress that poison and tailor it in such a way that it's kind of shunted off to the side or it doesn't manifest itself. I mean, when we make these contacts. So I have it in the book, the textbook for victims of white supremacy. No contact, no conflict. If you minimize the contact, you minimize the conflict. Black people themselves know, if you just stop and think about it for a few minutes. You ever notice how well you get along with somebody you haven't seen in 15 years?
Interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me drippin' all this Max sauce. Baymax, be about your money at all costs. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me drippin' all this Max sauce. Baymax, be about your money at all costs. I'm from the land of the crack pavement. When niggas holler stay dangerous and squabble up just like Javante Davis. Niggas haters, they on lame shit. We be on that game shit. He thought he got away. I chase him down LeBron James shit. Blood stain from the stainless, he need a paramedic. And we play ball. Everybody around me athletic, still stepping. Well committed, I stand on business. Every load I jump in, that bitch tinted. Won't catch me slipping. About my money low, run me that bag. Call my bitch and say I need you, she gon' run to me fast. That mafia swag, she can't get enough. And she know I'm about my man. She let her sit and watch me add all this money up. Riders popping out the cut like roaches when the lights on. I'm just like BG with my niggas, whether right or wrong. Dead in mafia, you entering the danger zone. Tiny Macs be cracking heads, you better have your helmet on. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Max sauce. Baymax, be about your money at all costs. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Max sauce. Baymax, be about your money at all costs. These niggas be hopping out of foreign whips and feeling like they run shit. The homie like Nick Cannon, he a fool with them drumsticks. Serve him and they done with. Have all of them niggas hit. Something heavy in my Baymax sweater. You see the gun print. Yeah, got me bent behind tent, but I'm low key, give a fuck about the busters. The real niggas fuck with me, I move solo. Two pro clubs over polo. You won't catch me in none of you niggas photos. Y'all too friendly. Hopping out, spilling my Remy, smoking on good pressure. Always in a different load. Gotta keep these niggas guessing. Firearms in my possession. Steady counting my blessings. Believe in God and believe in this weapon. And try not to do too much stressing. Ain't seen my daughter in months. And when we FaceTime, I shed tears, I can't help it. And still connected in these streets just like Wi-Fi. Chucking up the set for death though. We gon' rip ride. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Max sauce. Baymax, be about your money at all costs. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Max sauce. Baymax, be about your money at all costs.
We had a case where we had an African-American guy who was a fan of mine. Great fan, great guy. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what I'm, oh, look at my African-American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Yeah, neighborhood Nip Hussle. Giving a shout out right now to SPR in the streets. Y'all already know what it is. Schwarzenegger. It's neighborhood Nip Hussle. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.